With R17 comes a completely revised color chooser, one that allows us a lot more flexibility on how we work with color. The color chooser is divided into three main groups. The first group is comprised of three different modes: the color wheel, the spectrum view, and finally the picture mode. We're going to go through these shortly. The second group is comprised of different modes that help us refine our color. The modes are the normal RGB option, the HSV option, Kelvin, color mixer, and swatches. And finally, we have our color picker, with which we can pick colors from the screen. The great thing with this setup is that we can adjust the interface according to our needs. And most importantly, we can do it really fast without any big fuss. So for example, we can enable the spectrum mode and the RGB and HSV mode. Once we decide that we don't need the spectrum mode anymore, we can disable it and work with just the RGB and HSV modes. This way, we can quickly change the interface to adapt to our needs at that specific moment. But there's more. The color chooser is full of nice little features that make our life easier. Let's go through the color wheel first. With the color wheel, we can choose not only one color, but multiple colors that we can later save to our swatches library. With the plus icon, or by holding down Control, we can start adding multiple colors. Once we're done, we can drag our colors to the swatches folder here. Apart from that though, we can choose colors based on predefined rules, like complementary colors, analogous, and so on and so forth. And of course, we can shift those colors around and adjust their brightness. The spectrum mode is another color representation model, which we all know quite well from other programs like Photoshop. We just select the color we want and drag to our swatches library for safekeeping. One great thing to notice here is the little addition in the color chip. If we move the color around, you will notice that the area is divided into two sections, so we can always see the new color and the old color as well. A handy little addition. Where things become very interesting is color picking from pictures. We can of course load pictures here and start selecting colors with the plus icon or the Control key. But the cool thing here is that we can refine the colors even more. Usually when we load up a picture, we basically want the overall feeling of the color palette and not the several different variants of a specific color. Here we can do that quite easily. All we need to do is enable the mosaic mode and move the slider to a position we think represents the colors of the image best. So with just a few clicks, we can distill an image to a really basic palette. The other modes are the usual modes we already know, but in a stacked style, so we can quickly enable and disable them depending on our needs. Like the new spline tools in R17, the color chooser is an addition great for all users, but especially useful for all designers using Cinema 4D.